Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have each and one of you here today. So we're going to be going over this sketch that I did in the sketchbook. All I'm using is a Blackwing pencil, one of those erasers that's kind of like a mechanical eraser, and a paper blending stump. When I first sat down to start drawing today, I had no idea what I wanted to draw or paint. I've been working on this acrylic painting of mushrooms, and I do have one going right now, but when I sat down to work on it, I was not feeling it. I do like the way that it's turning out, but it's taking me a little bit longer than the other ones have, and I've just had this really terrible art block the last couple of weeks. I've been working on this one painting for a little while now, and it's taking me a lot longer than it usually does to get through it, and I think that's part of the reason why I have art block. I don't even know if art block is the correct word. I'm just kind of feeling unmotivated. So I cracked open this sketchbook. I'm starting so many sketchbooks at once. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I have a really large, like 8 or 9 by 11 that I use as my studio sketchbook. I have the Etcher sketchbook that I started a couple weeks ago that I really like, but I use that for watercolors and acrylics. And then this one I just opened, and it's I have it right here, let me check. It's the Travelogue Handbook by Global Art Materials, and I love it for dry media. I don't think it would work so well with gouache or watercolor. And I really like this one because it's a lot smaller than my art creation sketchbook, which is that 8 or 9 by 11. It's humongous, and I like that sketchbook, but the more I work in it, the more I just realize just how large it is and how long it's going to take me to get through. So I like to just keep that as my studio sketchbook. The other ones I can take out and about with me as I please. I think in the past, when I would pick up a sketchbook, draw a couple things in it, and then abandon it, I think I would do that because the paper didn't always suit my needs and I would get frustrated. So I think having multiple sketchbooks at once might hopefully help and keep my attention going with these sketchbooks. I have another one that I use just for work. When I have some downtime at work, I will sketch in my sketchbook, but that one doesn't really leave my work bag. So I got a lot going on, and I'm hoping that it works with my process. And so far it's going pretty okay. Obviously my work sketchbook is going to be only dry media. I cannot bring watercolors and gouache to work with me, but I don't want to take that sketchbook out of my work bag because I do use it pretty frequently, and I don't want to be without it one day and forget it at home. So I have a couple sketchbooks going at once, but I think it's going to work out in the end, and maybe you guys will get 4 sketchbook tours back to back. I'm keeping things super simple. I purchased a pack of Blackwing pencils. I've never used them before, but I've heard wonderful things, so I wanted to give them a try. I got the matte ones, and I really like them a lot. It has been many years since I've just drawn with graphite and used a blending stump. For some reason I was really put off by the blending stump, but with the matte pencils you kind of need to use it. So it does kind of give you a base to work from, and then that eraser, hold on, I have it right here. It is the Mono Zero Tombow eraser, and it's that rectangular one. I like to put down some pencil, go over with the blending stump, and then I can darken from there. But then if I go in with the eraser, it can kind of chisel out some highlights, and I really like that. I'm pretty sure they make a circular one as well, and I like it so much I may purchase that one as well. I think they're super handy. I feel like the eraser though could be a little bit softer. Sometimes it kind of scraped or like grabbed at my paper. So I think with more use and getting used to using it and making it like an everyday tool in my sketching process, it'll help me and I'll be more comfortable with it. And to keep my interest going with this sketchbook page, I decided to pick a subject that is one of my favorites. I love to draw and paint animals, but particularly cats. They're so stinking cute and they're so fun. There's so many different types of cats, so many different patterns, and so many different pictures on Pinterest. So that's all I did. I just found some photos on Pinterest that I really meshed with and that I really liked, that had some good lights and darks. This last cat at the very end and on the bottom, you'll see it in a little bit. I feel like that one I could have worked on it maybe a little bit longer and it would have looked a little bit better, maybe a little bit rushed, but overall it's just a sketchbook and I'm super happy with this one that I'm working on now. I did kept this one mostly in real time. The last two are definitely sped up. There's something about this sketchbook paper and the Blackwing pencil on the paper that kind of gives it like an old world vibe. I don't know what it is exactly, but it just kind of gives like a vintage look and I really like the way that it looks. I forgot how freeing and how fun drawing in graphite really is. I don't do it very often. I can't even tell you the last time that I've drawn in my sketchbook with graphite. It's been a minute, but it's kind of freeing to only have a handful of materials. I know I say very often that I like to keep my materials simple, but I don't keep it as simple as just a pencil and a blending step and an eraser. Typically it's like 3 or 4 colors and markers and colored pencils. But this was a lot of fun and it really kept the stakes pretty low. If I had messed something up, it really wasn't the end of the world. And it was very easy to fix. I mean, it's just graphite. So this was a lot of fun to work on. A little while back, I was drawing and painting a lot of like buildings, houses, and architecture that's in my area. I live in a pretty historical, not necessarily my town, but a town that I grew up in, and a few spots near me are pretty historical, and there's some touristy areas as well. So I've been thinking about going through and just taking some reference photos just so that I have them. And I really have learned that I really enjoy drawing and painting buildings. So I've been really itching to do that. And I'm hoping that my next video I'm able to draw and paint something maybe local or semi-local. And hopefully it's a building. This is something that I've just figured out within the last couple of months. When I was at work, I found a reference photo on Google Maps of a building in the area that I am familiar with. I don't live there, but I pass through there fairly often, and I knew that this building was really pretty. So I went ahead and I just doodled it in my sketchbook, and it is so much fun. I totally plan on doing that again, and I don't like drawing from Google Maps because I feel like their camera's kind of distorted, or it's like a fisheye lens. So I just have to go and I have to take my own reference photos, but I don't necessarily want to be like in a busy area just taking pictures of businesses. in front of everybody. So that's something that I'm definitely going to have to start working on before it gets too snowy outside. I do think that it would be a really fun challenge to paint a scenery like that with a building with snow in the background. So I'm definitely going to have to give that a go. I think we're nearing the end here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making this. And I hope that you guys stick around. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.